So what's going on, everyone? Today we're going to talk about Sofi. You guys can currently see that the trend is not broken for this stock. The stock continues to go higher. It continues to trek higher. Not even sellers or even bunches of sellers can impact where price is trying to go. I want to say kudos to you, first of all, if you guys were the ones who participated in this long-term move in Sofi. Let me zoom out. Okay, so you guys can see it. Nothing is stopping this stock. So if you've been in this stock for a year or more, well, I'll say at least, well, yeah, a year or more, because anybody who ever purchased Sofi is making money right now, because the all-time high prior to the all-time high today was back in February 2021, to where the market price hit $28.28. So anybody who've ever purchased the market in Sofi outside of today's price action is up. Kudos. Wonderful. We didn't get that opportunity on our last price, but as you guys can see, I'm not hiding anything from our people. We show you the good. We also show you the ones that we get incorrect. Why? Because there's nothing for us to hide. We are human. There will be times where predictions don't go correctly, and there definitely will be times where they go right. But you know, for us in our situation, we're able to learn from what occurred versus what we thought was going to happen. I'm going to show you some things on this chart that will let you know that, okay, we may be sitting on the wrong side of the market in Sofi, and you might want it to switch. Rather than continually expect price to go down in Sofi, you should have said, it looked like this stock is wanting to go up, because I want to show you where the buyers were. That's one of the biggest things that we have at our advantage, is we have the ability, just by looking at a chart with our own eyes, of where at a price is a crowd of buyers or sellers. Okay, so let's talk. Before I do, hit that like, share, and subscribe. Also follow me for more of my price predictions. I'm just here to give you all this information. I really want everyone to be proficient, to comprehend, to learn how to walk amongst the big dogs that's in the stock market on your own. Like when the SEC comes in and tell us that they want to create a market that is efficient, they are doing an excellent job at ensuring that that occurs, because we can have so many market participants come in and trade and buy stocks from regular people, retailers, massive banking institution, hedge funds. All of these people are able to play in the market, where you got $2, whether you got $200, where you got $2 million, whether you got $200 million, whether you got $2 billion to play. It's all able here. Everyone has access to this playground, and you wouldn't be able to tell it unless you can see behind the price bars. I know that sounds a little bit mysterious, but one thing that so many people don't give us is our ability to tell a story, to tell a narrative of what's really going on behind price bars and the volume. And I'm here to give you that in a very simple way. If you guys want to continue to get that information, because you're not going to get this anywhere else, then you need to make sure you keep it locked. Throw away the key, keep it locked right here. All right, so let's break it down. Let me show you where you would have known that we're sitting on the wrong side of the market in Sofi, and that the stock was wanting to go up. Okay, so we did a price prediction in Sofi, right? And we noticed that on this day, October the 10th, the market was down almost 8%, right? So let's like I said, this is a narrative. Let's create a story. On October the 10th, the market was so scared that the stock fell down 8%. Now, the after effects, you would expect what to do. What would you expect price to do? Yeah, you would expect the market to continue to go down. I mean, it shook so many people on October the 10th. Like, so many people were scared. They were nervous. They sold out their positions. They didn't know what to do. They didn't know where price ultimately was going to go. You would expect the next day, the next trading day, October the 13th, price to continue to go down, right? You would expect that. Well, did it happen? No. The next day, after the market in SoFi fell 8%, it closed up higher, 3.63%. So let's continue to write this story, because apparently the market wasn't scared for the next day the stock to be up 3.63%. So now you need to be thinking to yourself and saying, what could have caused a price to one day be so fearful and scared that it closes down 8%, and then the next trading day is up almost 4%? What can do that? And if you say, or if you said, there's only one thing that can do that, and it's buyers, and then you are exactly correct. There's only two dynamic forces at any given time at play in the stock market. Okay, so let's not make this game complicated. Like I said, the SEC wants to create a easy market that is efficient, that is easy for us to see and understand. Because if this market was complex, then people won't trade it, right? Follow me. You want to make this easy enough to where people will want to gamble, to where people want to trade, to where people want to invest cash in an instrument. And this is what is going on. So we're already thinking now that buyers came in on October the 13th and bought the stock. And then the crazy part is that, okay, you might say that's a one-off. Okay, yeah. Maybe that was just a one-off. The next day, we're going to expect the price to go down then. Because let's not forget, the market was scared 2 days ago. Fell down 8%. So naturally, okay, cool. We'll give them that one. Then what happened on the 14th? The market still went up. Let me zoom in so you guys can see this better. The market still went up crazy. Now, look at where the lows are of those two price bars. Look at it in relation to where the low occurred on October the 10th. So something's not right, is it? I'm showing you where your mind needs to say, okay, I was looking for the stock to go down, but 3 days into this price prediction, I'm not seeing that. You need to go ahead and create this area right here, because these 3 days of us notice the trading price action in SoFi, we've identified where is the crowd of buyers. Just 3 price bars gave us the clue to determine where are the buyers, and they're right there in 3 days. So what you would have done would have been, okay, I'm going to go ahead and draw my pocket to where I suspect the crowd of buyers to be, and I want to mark it. So when price comes back down to that area, it's going to scoop me up, and I'm going to ride along with the buyers, because they've already made a determination that they're more willing to move the price than sellers were. Because the sellers were the ones really motivated to move price, they would have continued that movement after October the 10th, if that was truly on their agenda, right? So look what happened. The market in SoFi went higher on those 3 days, took out the sellers in this pocket, took out the sellers in that pocket. Price came down October the 16th. Look at this. Just look. The market gives us our information. We're just not able to diagnose what is actually going on. Price came back down to this pocket to where we said it's the crowd of buyers. What did the market do? The next day, October 17th, the price held in that pocket. Okay. Then on October 20th, price ran up away from the pocket, came back down. October 22nd, it bounced from the pocket again. Like, come on. Don't let these people fool you. When you have billions of dollars to play with, you will have to eventually show us your work. Show us your fingerprint. Show us your footprints. That was a massive buyer buying this stock in SoFi this whole time. This whole time, somebody had more than 100 shares to buy. They wanted to buy as much as they possibly could in this area, and they didn't let the price go no lower. That's how you can tell if it's a big fish, because one retail trader can't keep the market propped up like this on multiple days. This is somebody who wanted to accumulate Sofi at $26 because they knew, or they had a high confidence that price was going to continue to go up. You can't let this stuff fool you. Like, they can't fool us once we understand the story behind the bars. So that's why the market in Sofi made all-time highs today. And this would have been the time for you to say, look, I'm going to go ahead and let this prediction go, and I'm going to look for the market to go higher. Okay, so unfortunately, that's why we can't give you a everyday play of Sofi, because we can't watch this market all the time. But that's what you would have done on your own to see, look, I don't know. It looked like those buyers are actually trying to hold price. I'm going to go ahead and cancel out this prediction and look for the stock to go up. If you would have done that, because the market was holding this buy pocket pretty much where our price prediction started. So you would have canceled that out. You would have came and bought on this bar. You would have been up 9.74% today on the close. 19.74%. Boom, just that simple, right? So now we could get rid of this sell pocket in Sofi, and I'm not going to touch the stock now because we're making all-time highs, but there's definitely some areas that we can create as buy pockets in Sofi. I'm going to wait for the price to come back down again, just like the last story I told you all from October the 10th to the 22nd. I'm going to let this market come back down to a couple of buy pockets. So we're going to do that at least, and create some buy pockets here for Sofi. So let's look at this on the 1 hour, because needless to say, the market always gives us ideas of where buyers are. Okay, I might want to create one right here. And let's create one more right here. A lot of volatility really came to the market in Sofi once it made all-time highs. So again, this is telling us where sellers are. Okay, so we're going to try to identify the highest point to where sellers could be lurking, willing to push this stock all the way back down. Okay, which would be a good thing. We won't be necessarily upset if that happens. I think we're going to make one like right around here. Let me see what it looked like on the 15. There may be two areas that we want to create for a buy pocket for Sofi. Definitely this one though. Okay, so now we got it. So we're going to leave this area here. Once price relaxes, comes down, hopefully it'll bounce off one of these pockets, and hopefully I'll be able to come through and do another prediction, looking for the market to go up, because currently that's the trend. Like, there's no need to come in and buck the trend into the market in Sofi. Like, look at this on the monthly chart. Like, it doesn't even look like the long-term trend in Sofi is over yet. That's why whoever bought down here, they could still be holding the stop, because maybe they're looking for it around the 45, 50 bucks. I don't know, but they have a target in mind. These people who bought down here around 26 of where they want price to be, and they'll continue to buy this stock until it reaches that price point, and then they'll release their position like a open flow or a broken dam, and just water just gushes down. So we'll see that as well. So we'll just leave this here for the moment. But yeah, congratulations to you if you was able to continue to play this stock to the upside, because you've done a great job. I'm out. Let me know your thoughts though. Make sure you maintain profit, and as always, trade different, because that is where your edge is.